everyone, welcome to Neo IAS Daily Current Affairs program. Today on 12th November 2018, we will be dealing with the topics Inspire 2018, OPEC Plus, GSAT 29, Cyclone Gaja. For the map session, we will be dealing with Palelei Airport, and last we have PQRS. Coming to the very first topic, that is Inspire 2018. So, the Power Minister, he inaugurated Inspire 2018 and gave away awards to the winners of Innovate to Inspire Challenge. So, Inspire 2018 have been inaugurated, and Energy Efficiency Service Limited, EESL and ADB, that is Asian Development Bank, they signed an agreement for a grant from Global Environment Facility, GEF, to establish an energy efficiency revolving fund. So, Energy Efficiency Service Limited and ADB signed this agreement to establish the Energy Efficiency Revolving Fund. Coming to Inspire 2018. So, Inspire, it stands for International Symposium to Promote Innovation and Research in Energy Efficiency, which is abbreviated as Inspire. The 3-day symposium, it will focus on enhancing grid management, e-mobility, financial instruments and technologies for energy efficiency in India. It is to enhance the energy efficiency in India, and this is the second edition of Inspire, and it is being organized by Energy Efficiency Service Limited and World Bank. Inspire, it is organized by EESL and World Bank together. Coming to Innovate to Inspire. So this was a challenge, innovation challenge in the clean energy and energy efficiency project, and the awards have been given. This challenge, it was organized by EESL and World Resources Institute. So this challenge, it was organized by EESL and World Resources Institute, whereas Inspire 2018 have been organized by the collaboration of EESL and World Bank. So, this challenge invited participants to submit sustainable and scalable solution in grid management, then e-mobility, energy efficiency technologies and financial instruments. Talking about EESL, it works under Ministry of Power, and it works towards mainstreaming the energy efficiency. So, the name itself says Energy Efficiency Service Limited. It works towards the mainstreaming of energy efficiency, and EESL aims to create market access for efficient and future transformative solutions that create win-win situation for every stakeholders. So, this as a whole, it tries to create or provide energy efficient services. So, that's about the topic Inspire 2018. Coming to our next topic, that is OPEC Plus. OPEC stands for Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, and this OPEC Plus refers to OPEC's cooperation with non-OPEC oil producers to effect the production cuts. OPEC Plus means OPEC's cooperation with non-OPEC oil producers, and this was in news because OPEC and its allies together, they gathered for a meeting in Abu Dhabi, and amid signs that they'll consider cutting production next year, and a technical committee representing the coalition projected that global oil surplus will resurface in 2019 if they continue to produce at current rates. And Saudi Arabia is the OPEC's biggest member, followed by Iran, and International Energy Agency has repeatedly called for OPEC to open the taps to ensure global demand for crude is met. And about OPEC, OPEC is an organization of the petroleum exporting countries, and it is an intergovernmental organization of about 15 oil exporting developing nations that coordinates and unifies the petroleum policies of its member countries. So, it was founded in 1960 in Baghdad by a first 5 members like Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela, and it is headquartered in Vienna, that is in Austria. So, this 15 oil producing countries, it accounts for an estimated 44% of global oil production. Like only these 15 countries account for 44% of global oil production. Then Asian premium, Asian premium is the extra charge which is being collected by OPEC countries from Asian countries when selling oil in comparison to Western countries. So it is the extra charge being collected by OPEC countries from Asian countries. The Asian premium, it has its origins in the late 1980s. Coming to our next topic, that is GSAT 29. It was in news because ISRO, they are launching GSAT 29, which is a communication satellite which is specifically meant for Jammu and Kashmir and northeastern region. GSAT 29 is a communication satellite. It is meant for Jammu and Kashmir and northeastern regions. GSAT 29 is a high throughput communication satellite which is being developed by ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, and it provides high speed bandwidth to Village Resource Centers VRC in rural areas. It is to provide high speed bandwidth to Village Resource Centers in rural areas. So as I said, it will provide communication facilities to Jammu and Kashmir and northeastern region under Digital India program, and it is planned to be operational for a duration of about 12 years. Then 2 KU and KA band communication bands are operational payloads, and 3 experimental payloads are also there. Like you can just go through the names, that's it. Then what is this high throughput communication satellite? So it provides, this high throughput communication satellite provide at least twice the total throughput of a classical fixed satellite service for the same amount of allocation of orbital spectrum. So this high throughput communication satellite, it provides about twice the total throughput of classic fixed satellite service for the same amount of spectrum. So this HTS, it usually provide a throughput by a factor of 20 or more than classical FSS satellite, and this significantly reduce the cost per bit of data transmitted. So reduction in cost is the advantage of this satellite, and GSAT 29, it will be launched on a GSLV Mk3. It will be launched on a GSLV Mk3 launch vehicle. GSLV Mk3 is a 3-stage medium lift launch vehicle which is being developed by ISRO, and it is designed to launch satellites into geostationary orbits. It will launch satellites into geostationary orbit, and it is, as I said, GSAT 29 will be launched on a GSLV Mk3 named D2 from the Satish Dhawan Space Center. Our next topic is Cyclone Gaja. A cyclonic storm named Gaja. It is expected to make a landfall at Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh coast between Kudalur and Sriharikota. That was the news. So it is a tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclones are violent storms that originate over the ocean in tropical areas. So tropical cyclones are like a heat engine which is energized by the latent heat of condensation. So this causes mass destruction due to violent winds, then torrential rainfalls and storm surge. The cyclone involves closed circulation of air around a low pressure center caused by a rapid inflow of hot air subjected to Coriolis Force. The cyclone winds movements are anti-clockwise in the northern hemisphere, and it follows a clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. There are a few favorable conditions for the development of a tropical cyclone. It develops in a large sea surface with temperature higher than 27 degrees Celsius, which serves as the source of latent heat which drives the storm, and presence of Coriolis force, enough Coriolis force is required to create a cyclonic vortex. Then pre-existing weak low pressure area or low level cyclonic circulation is required. divergent circulation in the upper troposphere is also necessary for the creation of a tropical cyclone. These are the few conditions. And also please go through the structure like eye wall, all those components. Please go through the structure of the tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclones mostly occur in the western margin of the ocean. This is due to the presence of warm ocean currents in the western tropical ocean. This is important because the depth extent of warm water should be 60 to 70 meter to avoid mixing with the deeper cooler water. In the eastern part of the tropical ocean, cold currents will lower the surface temperature. So presence of warm ocean currents is required. So it will be warm ocean currents will be in the western tropical oceans. So that's why cyclones occur mostly in the western margin of the oceans. Then cyclones mostly occur in late summers in India. This is because the ITC said it will be far away from the equator, and this will enhance the whirling motion of wind. Now we will see about Coriolis force. Coriolis effect, it tries to force wind to shift towards the right or left. That is, in the northern hemisphere, winds are deflected to the right, and in the southern hemisphere, it will be deflected to the left. And the Coriolis force at the equator is 0, but it increases with the latitude. The Coriolis force at the equator is 0, it increases with the latitude. In the northern hemisphere, winds are deflected to the right, and in the southern hemisphere, it will be deflected to the left. Now talking about the naming of cyclones, like you might have heard about Titli, the recent cyclone, and the process of naming cyclones, it involves several countries in the region of Indian Ocean, and it is done under the aegis of World Meteorological Organization. Naming, it is carried out under the aegis of World Meteorological Organization. So in the Indian Ocean region, countries like Bangladesh, India, Maldives, Myanmar, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, they all contribute to a set of names, and these names are assigned sequentially whenever a cyclone storm develops. So these cyclones are named for better communication between the forecasters and public when there are many storms to track. So this is for a better communication facility. Now we'll be dealing with the map-aided program, and today we'll be dealing with Palelei Airport. Palelei, it is in Sri Lanka. You can see in this figure. So Airport Authority of India, they are going to develop Palelei Airport in Sri Lanka. So as I said, Palelei is a small town in the northern part of Sri Lankan city of Jaffna, and this airport, it is for both military and small civilian aircraft. Both these land there, and it is one of the transport service connections of Jaffna Peninsula with the rest of the country. Talking about Palelei Airport, the Airport Authority of India, AAI, they will develop Palelei Airport in Sri Lanka. It is a strategic project for India, and as I said, Palelei is a sensitive Tamil-dominated northern province which is really closer to India, and that is all about Palelei, the location. And talking about Airport Authority of India, it is a statutory body which was constituted in 1995 for the creation, upgradation, then managing the civil aviation infrastructure both on the ground and airspace in the country. And Airport Authority of India, it is under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. That's all about the few details about AAI. Now we'll deal with PQRS, that is previous question revision series. The question is, consider the following protected areas: 1. Bandipur, 2. Bhitarkanika, 3. Manas, 4th one is Sundarbans. The question is, which of the above are declared tiger reserves? So among these four, you need to select the tiger reserves in India. This is actually a factual question. Before that, we will deal with tiger reserves. So tiger reserves are areas that are notified for the protection of tiger, and it is governed by Project Tiger, which was launched in the country in 1973. So a tiger reserve include the zones of core zone and buffer zone, and for the alteration of boundaries of tiger reserve, it is done via notification by state government. For that, it need prior approval of National Tiger Conservation Authority and National Board for Wildlife. This prior approval is required for the notification of for the alteration of boundaries of tiger reserves, and similarly for the denotification of a tiger reserve also, it requires the approval of NTCA and National Board for Wildlife. So NTCA, that is National Tiger Conservation Authority, it was launched, or it was established in 2005, which followed a recommendation of the Tiger Task Force that was constituted by Prime Minister of India, and for reorganized management of Project Tiger. That's all about NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority. And from the given options, Bandipur, Manas and Sundarbans, they are declared as tiger reserves. So the right option will be B, that is 1, 3 and 4 only. That's the answer for the question. That's all for today. With that, we wind up the session, and you can download the material from the link given below. Thank you for watching.